All right. Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. We're continuing the same edition of the FVLA show episode where we are interviewing Renee's and Blueberry, her camper van. So, Miss Renee, where we left off, tell us the name of your YouTube channel so folks can check you out.
Um, actually, the name now is Rene Apra, Rene Apra,
Okay,
APRA.
Renee Apra, Reneapra, all one word?
Two words.
Two words, Rene Apra channel. Okay, cool. So now you were telling us about Blueberry. That Blueberry is a 2003 Mazda. Ooh, never Honda, but a Mazda MPV minivan, an LS model. And you were telling us where we started cutting out. You were telling us why you decided to go van life. So fill us in.
Right. So I had been traveling very minimal, doing work exchange the last couple of years or so. And I realized that I didn't need a lot.
There you go.
So I started looking into tiny houses, of course. And then when I returned to my area where I had wanted to be, I ended up paying rent. In my mind, I was thinking I could be paying on my tiny house.
Yeah,
So I was looking for a way to have a place while saving money.
I
And
hear
I
you.
ran into the van dwellers, and I thought that might be interesting.
There you go.
So that's kind of how it started. I just started researching about it, and then I saved a little money from the little job that I'm working. Took a
Cool.
little while,
Okay.
and then I ended up finding Blueberry.
Blueberry. Okay. So let me ask you this. What made you choose? Now, you said you found Blueberry, so it's probably more of a Blueberry found you than really you finding Blueberry. But what made you
Yeah.
choose to go with a passenger van as opposed to a camper van? That is my number one question I want to ask all my current van lodgers. Why a passenger van as opposed to a cargo van?
Well, excuse me, watching the videos, a cargo van sounded really great, but I had to go with the money that I had. And
Gotcha.
again, it took me a while to get the little bit that I had for a down payment.
Sure.
And so I had looked at a few other vans, but they were all passenger vans.
Okay.
They were probably a little bigger than this one, maybe at least one of them was.
Okay.
But it just, it's gonna sound really girly, okay?
That's
But
okay.
all the ones that I looked at, they were, they're older, so they were very dirty, and it's kind of like when I saw Blueberry and she was all clean and she had that clean smell. I have to say that kind of influenced my decision a little bit.
Well, no, that means a lot. That I'm sure we have a few ladies on the page who watch our videos, and that's going to resonate with them. I mean, the ladies they definitely the image is the appeal, whereas some of the guys might be able to just jump inside an old rugged, rusted out, dusted out van and just throw a mattress in the back. But the ladies want to have something nice. Now, that kind of leads me into my next line of questioning. How far have you progressed in your van build? Because you were telling me something earlier, so please tell the folks about where you're at in your van build.
I'm kind of at the beginning.
Well, that's good.
I'm
Welcome.
living in it. I
Good.
pretty much put my things in it and started driving
Okay.
just the way it was.
Excellent.
Just the way it was.
Excellent.
And so I'm doing things a little at a time.
Okay.
Today, I bought some curtains, some of the blackout curtains. I'll be using one long one to make two,
Nice.
and then I got a couple of the
Where did you get the
storage
blackout curtain?
at Walmart. It was like
Nice.
$10, but I can get two out of it.
That's
So,
awesome. Very price
and
conscious.
again, oh God, very much. And then the storage bins were $1.50 a piece.
Wow.
I think that I might only be able to get one the way I want to use it, though. We're going to see. because I do have my chair still in, that makes a difference. I
Have
will
you,
be,
not to cut you off, but have you
no.
considered removing the chairs? And if
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
why or why not?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna remove them.
Okay,
I was kind of, I was kind of squeamish at first because again, I'm still paying on it,
sure,
and I felt kind of weird about it.
right.
But it, I love Blueberry.
We
I
love
don't think
blueberry
she,
too.
I don't think she's going anywhere except for with me.
Good.
So it's just a matter of time.
Hmm.
Finding a place to put them.
Sure, I
I
understand.
don't want to just put them beside the road.
No,
They're
of
very
course.
nice chairs.
Now, have you considered putting the chairs on eBay or on Craigslist for sale?
I did. I'm thinking about that. Part of me kind of wanted to store them for some weird reason, but I
Gotcha.
don't. That money is not going to happen. It's so expensive to store stuff. It's
Sure, yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I know what you mean.
Unless I
So
find a friend.
yeah, and that's a way to generate some income to put towards it or what have you. I know one
Right.
thing from my old days selling Mazdas, they're really good on gas. How has been your experience as far as gas consumption? What have you usually seen?
It's great on the freeway, not so great locally.
Okay. D-
A lot
Uh,
of stoplights.
what part of the country do you van in?
I'm trying to keep a little low key on that, but I'm in the
Okay.
Pacific Northwest.
Excellent. That's all. That's all you need to say.
Right.
That's.
All right.
I always ask folks if you feel like some of the guys will say, "Hey, I'm on this street and this," on their videos, but I completely understand Pacific Northwest. Fair enough. It's with that being said, it's gonna be getting cold there pretty soon.
Yeah, my desire is to head back south
Yeah.
because before I came here, I was in California.
Oh, that's where I am. That's where I am right now.
Oh, it's right. I saw that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was there for 6 months, for close to 6 months.
Okay. Well, yeah, a lot of folks. One of the other shows, the channels that I watch, Crystal Vanner, she is
Yeah, I like.
like back east, and she's moving down to Arizona to stay with her son for the summer, and she's gonna get a job. So I can understand that because, man, I've a couple years ago when they had that blizzard time that went through the northern states. Man, I'm like anybody living in a van. God bless. I don't know. I don't know if Reflectex can do that.
Cannot imagine.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Tell the viewers at home, what is the number one thing you love most about vanning?
Being able to just go and do what you want without having to really, I want to say think about it, but it's just like you get in the car and you crank it up and you go.
Amen. Amen.
I had a chance to go to a place I wanted to go. Just one day that I was off.
That's great.
Went.
That's
No,
excellent.
I mean, I thought about it, but I was able to go there and stay overnight at that place too. So
That's
that's all I
excellent.
really needed was to know that I could stay there. So I
Amen.
went.
So that's something that my wife and I have considered because I, for one, I think, and I have not, but I think I eventually could use that as a permanent living, a full-time vanner. My wife has put the kibosh on that. Her dad was a truck driver. She is completely against living in a van, so she's put the kibosh on that. But she is not opposed to traveling, or that's why I created the name of this channel, Lodging, because she's okay with lodging in it. Let's say we want to go to the Grand Canyon, or when we're in South Florida, we want to go to Disneyland. She's approved that message to be able to lodge in it. So I can definitely understand the ability to be able to pack up and go somewhere and not having to worry about renting or, getting a hotel. So that's definitely something. With that question, my next question to you would be, what's the worst thing that you don't like about van lodging? What's the most difficult
Okay,
thing?
two things. The one right now is not having a place to relieve myself
Oh,
at 5 in the morning.
okay. Now let
And
me
so
ask you this. Almost all of the van lodgers that we have, they use a very simple concept. They use a
Yes.
5-gallon bucket from
Yes.
from Home Depot or Lowe's. They then buy a toilet seat cover just from like Walmart. You can get one of that for like little or nothing, maybe a few bucks. They also get a bag, like a 10-pound bag of peat moss
Right.
or kitty litter, which you can get from the grocery store. And then from there, they're able to use the facilities inside the van and immediately throw a ample amount of either kitty litter or peat moss. Oh, excuse me. So kitty litter or peat moss on the area so that it does not smell. And I just
Right.
wanted to see if you had considered that, and
Oh.
if you had, if that might be a solution for you.
Oh, absolutely. I have the plan to do that.
Okay,
and
cool.
I meant to look today, and I realized what time it was.
Yeah.
I needed to get out of there.
Uh-huh.
It's not your fault, but I realized it was getting later, and my what I was buying started adding up.
Yep.
And it's kind of like it just ended up was forgotten today. I
Yeah.
had planned on taking care of that today, part of it at least.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
it's gotten to be kind of a pain in the rear.
I completely
But-
know what you mean.
But yeah, I'm working on that one too.
Awesome. Because that's an easy fix, and you don't really have to do anything. And here's the beauty of it: if you can line that that pail with plastic bags, and then you just
Right.
remove the plastic bag, take it into wherever area you're at, chunk it in the trash, and keep on trucking.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that you work. How have you been able to implement work with your van life? Have you had any challenges? Have you had any successes? Can you tell us about that?
It's all been pretty convenient. I think my only challenges have been places to park at night.
Right.
Actually, I found a place that I've been pretty consistent at, and
Good.
but in my mind, I kind of like to be in different areas.
I understand.
It seems like it makes more sense to be in different areas,
Sure.
and so I'm kind of I was set up for a while in a place, and then the time of the year changed, and the college kids came back, and I
Yeah.
went there one day, and my spot was gone.
Oh my, yeah.
I was kind of sad.
No, I can understand that.
Looking for kind of a new place near the job in a way.
Sure.
So
Well, I could definitely understand that having, familiarity can be key. We're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to pause this video. We're going to post this video. And folks, stay tuned because we're not done with this interview. Part 3 of this interview with Miss Rene Apra's channel on YouTube, a current van lodger, is coming up next.